Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marketing 17. Wow, that's great. Ideas that will boost your shoulder seasons. And I want to dig right in. And these are just 5 ideas. This is not everything you could do, but maybe there's one of these ideas you say, oh, we should try that. So that's what this is about. The first one is a website idea. And this would be formatting your website, kind of a pick your season or pick your passion type of format. Now, I just got done working in Alaska for several weeks. And when we were in Anchorage, I noticed they did a cool thing with their website. If you notice where that little red arrow is, they actually have a menu bar item for just winter. They do winter, spring, summer, fall, but winter's their slow season. So besides visit, winter, meetings, travel, trade for businesses, blog, that is awesome. And if you click on that, it will take you to that page. And of course, the very first photograph is enough to get you to go, wow, I want to go there with the Northern Lights. And then it goes from there. So one of those ideas for your website would be to actually create a winter menu bar item, unless you're in a place like Phoenix where you probably put summer, because that's your slow season. So that's what's cool. You put it there. And number one, it tells people you're actually open that time of year. And number two, you have specific things for that time of year. Now, here's the other idea. When we talk about marketing, pick your season, pick your passion. So I took the Anchorage website and I just overlaid this over it. So this is actually not their website. This is just me saying that you could do something like this. So in this case, notice they have the things to do tab. If you clicked on things to do, it could pull up this page that would say, choose your season, winter, spring, summer, fall. Those would all be links. And by the way, we even tell them when your winter months are. For some places, it might just be, October, November, December, and January. Sometimes it's November through February. I mean, it just depends. But then instantly somebody could go and pick one of these. And so let's say we pick on the winter one, then it would take you to a page that would tell you what's available that time of year. So now you could pick your passion. And so we have ice fishing, snowboarding, downhill skiing, holiday happenings, you name it down there. And by the way, if you were to scroll over the ice fishing, it would pull up the photo of the girl there with what is that, a sturgeon. And so, or snowboarding, as you scroll over, change over to a snowboarder photo. So this is just a way you could lay out your website. And then, of course, if you pick one of those, like ice fishing, then it would take you to the next page. And here's our top 5 ice fishing spots in Anchorage, Campbell Point, Sand Lake, and it's got those in each one of those is a link. And then if we were to click on Sand Lake, it could take us to another page that would tell you directions and parking, ice report, licensing and catch limits, what you'll catch, more detailed information. So this, and by the way, the more information you have, the more likely you are to close a sale. If you just said we have ice fishing in all these lakes, well, then we're going to have to go figure out how do we get information about the ice, how deep the ice is. Can we drive on it? Can we put a shack over our ice fishing spot? I mean, what do we do? Where do we go? And once again, as you go through these, it would sit there and scroll a picture. Ice report would just pull it right up in that where you see the map right now. So this is key to keeping them on your website, is providing all the information they need. Otherwise, they're going to have to go somewhere else, Fish and Wildlife, or they're going to have to go to some other website to get the details. And we want your website to be helpful, very useful, and not just say we have ice fishing and here's a bunch of lakes. So that's something you could do. That's a great way to format your website where people can say, well, I want to come this time of year. Here's a list of activities, and then pick the activity you're most interested in. Or they can pick multiples, keep going back to that. One last one I will show you for websites is Blowing Rock, North Carolina. I love this town. It's great. And once again, they've got a whole deal just on winter, which is their slower season. Spa vacations, ring in the new year, the snow sports. They have a downhill skiing next door. Tweetsy Christmas, which is Tweetsy Railroad. I mean, on and on and on. So these are ideas you could use for your website. So now let's move to the next one. Or while we're on this one, always change out your key photography. There's nothing like going to a website in October and seeing your July photography, and so it's really important that you change out your photography for each season. And to do that, do it 60 days prior. So if you're promoting October, you may say, well, geez, August, September, August, I'm going to start switching it out. You would start in August and then do a little more in September. And by October, your website is converted over. So there are some ideas for your website. Number 2 on this list is in your activities guide. And let me explain something right there. That would be a visitor's guide. I actually like the terminology activities guide because people are looking for things to do, not just places to go. And so it's just another name for your visitor's guide. But I got to tell you that one of the best visitor guides I have seen in the country is in Anchorage. If you ever go download one and take a look at what they did. First of all, when you first open it, it says, welcome to Anchorage, 6 spectacular reasons to love Anchorage. And so, but then when you go into it, they've got this. It's one of the very first pages in their guide. Anchorage by season. Look, spring, summer, fall, winter. They tell you when the winter season is, the key things to do. And this is in a printed guide. And so this is really excellent way to tell people right off the bat that we're open year round. I mean, Anchorage is amazing in the summer, but it's also amazing in the winter, and I just zoomed in here so you can see they even have their weather, what you can expect in centigrade, or Fahrenheit for high temperatures. And then the key things to do. I just think it's an excellent, excellent way to start your visitor's guide. And then, of course, it's got those things to see and do in those particular seasons. It's a great way to start your guide. And I urge everybody to do that. And then once you get into the guide, they've got family travel, they've got day tours, glaciers in their case, fishing. So once again, even your guide is like, what interests you? What's your passion? And then we've got that. And so they've done an excellent job. It's just a really amazing guide that you could emulate. And so I just love it. They've just done a great job. And there it is. So download it, copy it, use what they're doing. Say, oh, we can pattern ours after that. Now, one thing that's important is in theirs, yes, they're a bigger city. They have a lot bigger funding than a lot of you, but their advertising is in the back. They put their editorial content in the front so your editorial can close the sale and answer the question, why should we visit? And now we start moving into the planning stages. That's where your advertising gets kicked in, which is great. And if you could, with Activities Guide, you might do a separate one for your shoulder seasons. So you might do a peak season guide and a shoulder season guide, or a fall and winter guide, or winter and spring guide. That's if you can afford that, even if it's only a download version of that. And then finally, always include what to expect in terms of weather, road conditions, what's open, what's not, if a lot of your businesses are shut down. So that is it about that on your activity guide. So we covered website, activities guide. Next up is you could host festivals in your shoulder seasons and make it your very biggest and best festival of the year. Don't just say, well, in the winter we do a Santa Claus parade. Our people were going to drive 2.5 hours and spend the night for it. And so once again, going back to Alaska, they have Rendezvous, or they just call it Rondi. It's Fur Rendezvous. And Iditarod, which is one of the biggest festivals in the world that takes place in the winter. It takes place at the end of February, the beginning of March, and that time of year in Anchorage, good luck finding a hotel room. So Rendezvous is an amazing event. This is in the middle of the winter in downtown Anchorage. They got Ferris wheel rides. They got all the things you'd expect to see in the summer. They'll teach you all about mushing, which is the dog sleds. They'll even do races in downtown. And it's really cool. They even do reindeer races in downtown, which reindeer can run the fastest. And so it's all full of things, like fat tire biking, like a 5 or 10K run or a race. And during this, it takes place like over a week, which is amazing. And then it ends with Iditarod, which is an amazing event. So overall, it lasts 2 or 3 weeks. These are snow carvings, which I think are really cool. And then, of course, you got to do a fur rendezvous queen, or a host, out of this. And it's just amazing. And by the way, it's a fantastic place to focus on your fur, that's fur rendezvous, your fur winter fashion statements. So that's what they do in Anchorage, and it is huge. They invited me to go up there in January, but we decided to go up there in the slower part of January just to see what it was like when there wasn't a major event going on. But one of these days, I'm going to get there for that. They also do, this is in Mahone Bay, Nova Scotia, the October Scarecrow Festival. And here's the deal: if you want to promote your shoulder seasons, let it last a whole month. So for them, it lasts all of October. I think it even goes in the beginning of November, might start the end of September, but it's a good 4 weeks long. And everywhere you go in Mahone Bay, which, by the way, is a population of 1,000 people, you're going to see these Scarecrow festivals. Here's the great debate. And you'll see people. Here's Alice in Wonderland. Mad Hatter is right there. And these scarecrows are incredible. This is in front of a B&B. They're doing a tea party there. In front of for the bird store where they sell bird feed and things. Look at that. They got crows right there. I mean, these are just the kinds of things you could do. And when I was there for their Scarecrow Festival on a Wednesday in October, the town was packed. This is a town of 1,000 people. And so it's really cool what they do. And people will drive 2 hours. They will spend the night just being able to attend the festival, the Scarecrow Festival. Here's the founding families. You see the pioneers there in Nova Scotia. And I got a kick out of this. This is the royal family with Prince Charles and Diana. And you can see William over there. And I mean, on and on and on. It's a very, very cool event, and it's a great way to bolster shoulder season. I'll do one more, and this is Winter Wonderland in Caldwell, Idaho. Now, their population is about 50,000. So you saw Anchorage with a big population. You're going to see Caldwell with a mid-size, and you saw Mahone Bay with 1,000 people. And with this, what they do is they decorate their downtown. And notice this starts like the 20th of November and goes clear till January 9th. So this is 4, 5, 6, almost 7 weeks long. What you see in that photo there is Indian Creek Plaza, which has an oval ice rink in the winter, but they do 1 million lights. The city actually does this, 1 million lights all over downtown. And it is just absolutely spectacular. And you can get hot chocolate, hot cider. You can go ice skating there. You can there are carriage rides in downtown Caldwell. And people easily will even spend the night in Caldwell just for Winter Wonderland. It's right on Indian Creek, and it's right in the middle of their downtown. Their restaurants are full. Their hotels are full. I mean, even for day trippers coming from Boise, which is 45 minutes away, they absolutely love it. So there's all kinds of things you could do as far as events go. In Whistler, British Columbia, of course, is a ski resort. They're now busier in the summer than they are in the winter. But during the summer, their slow time of year, so to speak, they do the summer concert series, which is up on the mountain, and it goes every single weekend. So the thing is, make sure they last a month or longer, and at least Thursday, Friday, Saturday of every weekend. If it runs for a month or longer, but it's not every day, then at least do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's at least 3 days a week to encourage somebody to want to spend the night. Number 4 of these ideas is blogs, vlogs, and influencer marketing. Promoting your top 3, top 5, or top 7 off-season thrills if you've got the thrills. And this is using influencers to help promote it. This is in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Go for a gravel bike adventure in the winter. And it keeps going through the stand-up paddle, the Yampa River town run. Even in the winter, they wear wetsuits. Skin Up Steamboat Resort. I mean, of course, there's downhill skiing there. Soak in the hot spring pools. I mean, what a great way to go there just for that. Spring touring in North Routt County, country. And so that's what they do to promote that. And that wasn't done by their local convention visitors bureau. It's influencer marketing. Here's one for Nantucket, photography by Jacqueline. And she goes and she does their top reasons why you should go visit. Heck, in North Carolina, the Outer Banks, 10 things to do during the colder months is a great reason why you'd want to go there in the winter months. And so it can be done by you in-house on local blogs, or it can be done by influencer. This next one I'm going to show you is Gabriella Viola. I've showed this video, so I'm not going to play the whole thing, but she does 10 things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter besides skiing. And she does this as an influencer. And I'm just going to play the first minute or 2 of it, but I am leaving you with a bit.ly so that you can watch the whole thing later and emulate something like that for you.
In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 awesome things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter besides skiing. What's up, guys? I'm Gabriella. For those of you who don't know me, I am an outdoor photographer currently living in beautiful Lake Tahoe. I make videos on mostly Lake Tahoe, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when a new video is up. All right, so with that being said, I'm just gonna get straight into the video. Here are 10 awesome things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter besides skiing. Here we go.
Okay, and I just cut you out of that one, but if you want to see, it's pretty cool what she did. Now, here's another one. This is Ariane, See You Soon Travel. She's a YouTube influencer, and she did this, 5 fun things to do in Toronto. And once again, I'm not going to play the whole video. I'll just play a minute or so, but there's a little bit.ly, a web address where you can go and actually watch her video. And she has such a great personality. She did a great job. So let's just take a quick look at how she is promoting Toronto in the winter as an influencer.
Hello everyone, it's winter time here in Toronto, and while some might think that that means staying indoors and hibernating, there's actually quite a lot to do here in the city. I personally believe that the best way to enjoy winter is to get outside, and so today I'm going to show you 5 things that you can do in Toronto this winter.
And she goes on from there, and it is awesome. Made me want to go there. And so with these vlogs and blogs, always do your top 3, top 5 activities that make it worth a special trip that time of year. And by the way, it doesn't have to be top 3, top 5. You can say the best reasons to visit Steamboat Springs this winter, or 5 awesome things to do in Toronto this winter, or 5 best reasons to come and visit us in December. Or here's why winter's better than summer. And I got to tell you, when we went to Anchorage in the middle of the winter, there's a place called Earthquake Park. In 1964, Anchorage was rocked with one of the biggest earthquakes in history. But in the middle of winter, we were there, And it was just magical. We walked down through the ice and you could see all the snow on the trees. It was amazing. As a matter of fact, we actually went back there this summer. So we did a winter assessment and a summer assessment. And I got to tell you, this is taken at the very same space. But you know what? In the winter, as a matter of fact, I said, you got to market this as Advantage Winter, because in the winter, there was no mosquitoes. We didn't have to deal with crowds of people, and it was magical. So just doing things like Advantage Winter is a good reason to come and visit a city or an area besides during your peak season. And finally, our last fifth idea is Instagram and social media. And this, of course, Instagram is all about photography. But in the case of Maine, Visit Maine did this. But notice on their Instagram page, they actually have a button just for winter. So it's not just all year round. And if you click on that, it will give you some of their highlights for winter. You know, like all of these that you see, winter shares that, and then she got Bring On the Snow. It's got all these cool little reasons why Instagram posts are why you should visit in the winter. I mean, it just is an awesome thing to do. And with social media, YouTube should be number one, because we need to see it and you need to prove that it's worth going there. Otherwise, we're going to have preconceived notions of what it's like there in the winter. So that's why YouTube jumps to number one. And number two would be Instagram. And once again, you want to show people snowshoeing or snowmobiling or whatever it is you have to offer in your shoulder season. In Phoenix, sitting by the pool in the middle of the summer, so at least you can get wet. So that'd be number two. Number three would probably be TikTok, little, or you could do it at the Instagram stories. Show activities, make it fun, little short videos of your shoulder seasons. And then finally, Facebook. And this is really educating your locals that the shoulder season or the off season is not a bad time of year. You know, showing locals what to share with friends and family. I always say Facebook is how we talk to our locals. And the number one reason we travel is to visit friends and family. So Facebook is about getting to your locals to help them promote your shoulder season. Instagram and YouTube and TikTok is how you share with the world reasons we should come. So there you go. There are 5 great ideas of how you can extend and market your shoulder seasons. And next up in our series is Marketing 18, promoting your anchor tenants.
In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 awesome things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter besides skiing. What's up, guys? I'm Gabriella. For those of you who don't know me, I am an outdoor photographer currently living in beautiful Lake Tahoe. I make videos on mostly Lake Tahoe, so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when a new video is up. All right, so with that being said, I'm just gonna get straight into the video. Here are 10 awesome things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter besides skiing. Here we go. Number 1 is paddleboarding. It might sound surprising, but the winter months bring about glassy conditions due to less people and less boats on the lake, making it an ideal time for paddleboarding and kayaking. Number 2 is Chickadee Ridge. Located off Mount Rose Highway, you don't have to hike very far for these friendly chickadees to fly right up to you. Number 3 is Monkey Rock. The hike to Monkey Rock is beautiful any time of year, but the views are extra special with a little bit of snow. Number 4 is snow sledding. 2 places that I would recommend for sledding that also happen to be free are Spooner Junction and right across the street from Emerald Bay. Number 5 is Emerald Bay. Emerald Bay truly looks like a winter wonderland when it's covered in snow. Added bonus, there's a hill for sledding right across the road. Number 6 is ice skating. South Lake Tahoe has Heavenly Village, and if you're in North Lake Tahoe, you can ice skate at North Star, Squaw Valley, or Tahoe City's Winter Sports Park. Number 7 is Sand Harbor. Sand Harbor is one of the busiest beaches in Lake Tahoe during the summer months. But in the winter, the crowds are gone and you will have this beautiful spot all to yourself. Number 8 is Heavenly Village. Heavenly Village in South Lake Tahoe has something for everyone, including shopping, bars, restaurants, and ice skating. And there's lots of fun, cozy Christmas vibes if you visit during the holidays. Number 9 is Cave Rock. Cave Rock is a short hike with stunning 180-degree views over Lake Tahoe. If you're in South Lake Tahoe, definitely add this spot to your list. Number 10 is Hidden Beach. Just north of Sand Harbor is Hidden Beach. Framed by snow-capped mountains, Hidden Beach has rocky alcoves and beautiful turquoise water. This also happens to be one of my favorite beaches on the East Shore. I wanted to throw in one bonus activity, and a great one would be taking a hot springs day trip. The Eastern Sierra is home to numerous hot springs. If you venture about 2 hours south from Lake Tahoe on the 395, you'll find some beautiful hot springs. All right, so those were 10 awesome things to do in Lake Tahoe in the winter. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you plan on doing any of the things that I listed in the video, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got for you guys today. So I will see you in the next video.
Hello everyone, it's winter time here in Toronto, and while some might think that that means staying indoors and hibernating, there's actually quite a lot to do here in the city. I personally believe that the best way to enjoy winter is to get outside, and so today I'm going to show you 5 things that you can do in Toronto this winter. One of my favorite things to do here in the city during the winter is to go ice skating, and there are no shortage of ice rinks here in the city. Joining that list this year is the new Bentway Skate Trail. The really cool part is that it's been built under the Gardiner Expressway right beside the Fort York Visitor Center. The Bentway Skate Trail is a 220-meter trail that weaves its way around the pillars of the Gardiner Expressway, and you get this amazing cathedral effect with the Gardiner towering above. The Bentway Skate Trail is open 7 days a week, and rentals are available if you don't own a pair of skates. Another new spot to check out in the city this winter is Ontario Place. And while Ontario Place itself is not new, what's being offered here is. New this winter are a variety of things to check out in the western part of Ontario Place. There's an artificial skating rink including rentals if you don't have skates, a light exhibition featuring 12 installations from 20 local artists, and a bonfire to cozy up to on those cold winter nights. The light exhibition is open all week long starting at sunset, but the skating rink and bonfire can only be enjoyed on the weekends. If you're looking for something to do in the evenings, come to the Distillery District and check out the Toronto Light Festival. Every year from late January to the beginning of March, light installations of all shapes and sizes take over this historic area in the city's East End. The installations are created by local and international artists and are meant to be fun and accessible to the general public. And the best part is, it's free to attend. Now, if you're looking to infuse a little bit more action into your winter season, head to the Evergreen Brickworks and go fat biking. Fat biking is essentially like mountain biking, but with a much wider tire, allowing for more traction and grip on snow and ice. Cycling in the winter is different than in the warmer months and adds an extra physical challenge, but it's still just as much fun. The Evergreen Brickworks offers guided group rides on Tuesdays and Sundays. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to recommend that you do this winter is head over to the Toronto Islands. And while the Toronto Islands are a very popular day excursion in the summer months, most people don't realize that you can go in the winter as well. And the best part is, there are no crowds this time of year. From the city, only the ferry to Wards Island operates this time of year, taking you to the eastern part of the island. With its wide open spaces and flat terrain, the Toronto Islands are a great spot to go cross-country skiing or snowshoeing. You can explore as much or as little of the islands as you want, but you won't want to miss taking in the impressive Toronto skyline. So those are my recommendations for things to do here in the city this winter, but of course there's so much more. So if you have any additional recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please show it some thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet already. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great winter, and we'll see you soon.